Okay, so today I've got the full distance learning kids taking the math test. So I pre-recorded this video of me reviewing lessons 1-6 through 1-11. If you want to print off what I have here, these notes, they are linked in Google Classroom under today's date. But we are reviewing lessons 1-6 through 1-11, and after that you will take the quiz for 1-6 through 1-11. The quiz is open notes, and you can use a calculator. If you don't do well, you're going to have to go through the retake process. That means you have to have all your homework in, and your parent will get emailed if you have lower than a C-, and you will have to fill out a retake form with them. So please take your time and review with me before you take your quiz. Alright, so the first section that's on the quiz is 1.6, and that is evaluating algebraic expressions, where they give you a value for the variable and you replace it. So evaluate means replace the variable with the value they give you and then solve. So we're going to do this one, and this one. So pause the video and copy those down, and then we'll do them together. And then when you're ready, press play. Okay, so since it says x equals 3, I'm going to replace x with 3. And remember that 10 touching 3 means 10 times 3. 10 times 3 is 30. And then 30 plus 9 is 39, so my answer is 39 for that one. Okay, next one, I have c here and c there, and they say that c equals 4. So I'm going to replace every c that I see with 4. Okay, remember 4c means 4 times c. Alright, order of operations says exponents come first. You have to do this 4 squared first. And 4 to the second power is 4 times 4. And 4 times 4 equals 16. Then, after that, you should multiply before you add. So 2 times 16 is 32. And 4 times 4 is 16. So then my last step is to add these two together, and I would get 48. Okay, my last one here. A fraction means division, so I'm going to divide here, and then this is multiplication. So I'm going to replace y with 3. And z with 7, and then just do the math. Division and multiplication are at the same level, so I just do them left to right. 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 6 times 7 is 42. And then my last step is to add. We get 47. Okay, so that is lesson 1-6. Okay, next section we did was 1-7, and that is what we did on Wednesday, and is translating. We'll do this one, and this one, and that one. Okay, so pause the video and write those down if you want, and when you're ready, press play. Okay, first one says 12 less than a number, and we are writing each phrase in as an algebraic expression or translating them. So I translate left to right. So 12, and then less than means minus, and then a number is any variable you want. So I'm going to just do x today. And then last step is to remember that the word less than means that we need to flip the order. So it would be a number minus 12, or 12 less than x. Okay, that's my final answer. Okay, next one, just go left to right. 2 less than the product of, products means multiplication, a number, which I'll call x, and 6. So 2 less than the product of a number and 6, and then less than means flip it. So I'm going to take this 2 and flip it over there. My final answer is x times 6 minus 2. I could have these touching. I could have a multiply sign there. Just x times 6 needs to be there. Or 6 times x. It means the same thing. Okay. I'm going to skip this one. Last one for 1-7. A cookie factory sold Q chocolate chips for 45 cents each. Write an algebraic expression for the amount sold. So each in math, look at your list of words that we wrote in our notes, and each means multiply. So it is 45 cents times each cookie. So 45.45 times Q would be the algebraic expression. Each one is 45 cents, so it depends how many cookies you buy. If you buy 1 cookie, it'd be 45 cents. If you buy 2 cookies, it'd be 90 cents, etc. Okay? Next section we did was simplifying algebraic expressions and combining like terms. So we'll do this one, identify like terms, and then we'll actually combine like terms. Let's do this one, and let's do this one, but I'm going to change it to addition. Okay, so I said that we're going to do just all positive for the quiz, so I'm just changing that to plus. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to find letters, the variable, and the exponent that's exactly the same. So I have b squared there and b squared there, so I want to combine these because these are like terms. And I want to put an invisible 1 there because there was no number there. 1b squared plus 9b squared is 10b squared. You just add 1 plus 9. So that'd be 10b squared. C and the number 2 are not like terms. Those are different. So what I'm going to do is just plop those on at the end, and then I'm done. That's my final answer. I can't combine b squared with c with a regular number. That's my answer. Okay, next one, I've got a t squared here and a t squared here. I need to put an invisible 1 there because there wasn't a number there. And I'm going to combine those. 3t squared plus 1t squared is 4t squared. 3 plus 1 is 4. You just add the number at the beginning. Okay, then I have a t, 4t, and then just regular 16. So those are not like terms, so I'm just going to plop them on at the end, and that's my final answer. Okay, and then the last thing I said is that you were going to have a triangle one. So let's say that this side is 4x plus 2, and this is 4x plus 2, and then this bottom side is 10x plus 1, and I want to find the perimeter of this shape. So to find the perimeter, I need to add up all these sides by combining like terms. So I have an x here, here, and here, and I want to add all those up. So 4 plus 10 would be 18 x's. And then I've got my constants here that are like terms. These are regular numbers. So I've got 2 plus 1, which is 5. So that's plus 5. The reason why there's addition between there is because all of these have addition between them. Okay, so that is how you combine like terms. The last thing we did is what we did yesterday, was solving one-step equations. We didn't do 1-9, and that will not be on the quiz. So for 1-10, it was addition and subtraction equations. So I've got this one and this one that we'll do. So pause the video, copy those down. First thing we did was write a line where the equal sign is, and my goal is to isolate or get the variable alone. So there's n. I want to get it alone by doing the inverse of minus 45. I want to get that away from the variable and do the inverse of minus 45 and add 45. 19 plus 45 is 64. And then I do it on this side too to balance it, to make my teacher happy. Okay, just to show that I'm doing the same thing to both sides of my equation. Okay, so n equals 64. And if I check it, 64 minus 45 does equal 19. Okay, now this next problem says, here's the variable, and I want to get it alone, I want to isolate it, and what happened was we added 18 to t and got 58, so we want to undo that and do the inverse and subtract 18 to figure out what t is. 58 minus 18 is 40, and you do that to both sides just to balance it. So t equals 40. 40 plus 18 is 58. Okay, then I added in a word problem. It says Stella has 70 people at her party. There are 12 more girls than boys. How many boys are at the party? So this is similar to the one we did in class. So I've got 70 total, and there's 12 more girls than boys. So before I figure out how many girls and boys there are, I want to get rid of this 12 extra of the girls by subtraction. Okay, so that's how many there are in girls and boys minus those 12 extra girls. And then I divide it by 2 for the two groups of girls and boys. So that'd be 25, 26, 29 boys. And 29 plus 12 would be 39, 40, 41 girls. And you add it together to make sure that that equals 70. And it does. Okay, so the picture that we drew was if there's 70 kids total, and half are girls and half are boys, and there's 12 more girls than there are boys, we want to know how many there are here if this part is equal, and then there's just 12 more girls, that we take away 12 from 70. We got 58, so these together are 58, and then we divide it by 2 for boys and girls, the two groups, and we got 29 here and here. So boys are 29, and girls are 29 plus 12, which is 41. Okay. And then the last section we had was solving equations by multiplying or dividing. So we'll do one of each. Let's do this one and this one. So this fraction means division. It's m divided by 5 equals 25. So to figure out what m is, we want to do the inverse. Instead of dividing by 5, we want to multiply by 5. We want to get that m alone by doing the inverse of dividing by 5. Do it to both sides. And m equals 25 times 5 is 125. Let me check it. Does 125 divided by 5 equal 25? Yep, it does. Okay, and the last one here, I want to get a alone. We have 11 times a. So to figure out what a is, I would do the inverse and divide by a. Sorry, I'd divide by 11. And 121 divided by 11 is 11. And just divide on both sides to balance it, and a equals 11. 11 times 11 equals 121, so that works. So we can use our calculator. We want to do the inverse. So if it says division, multiply. If it says multiply, divide. If it says subtraction, then add. If it says addition, then subtract. So it's always doing the inverse to solve equations. Okay, that's it. You're going to finish reviewing and take your quiz. Good luck.